Anyways, we just got cut off there. We don't know what we were. Do you know what we were talking about?
Yeah, penalty shots.
Yeah, penalty shots. What a joke. That's how I lost silver stick this year with my under 11s. You can't be playing. You can't be doing penalty shots in final games, folks. Grow up. Right?
It was it's crazy. We scored. Their team was way better than our team. I don't know how we won that game, but we did. I think we had
same thing happened to my silver stick with my under 11s.
I think one of our guys threw the puck. Do you ever play Benny Davis?
I know him. I'd like to coerce him into my shed someday.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, no, I just played against him because he was
He might have been with us when you.
He might have been with you one year, and I think he might have been Did he play in
Coventry, Guildford? He's been everywhere, mate.
Bit of a suitcase.
One of those guys.
Yeah, he's back home now, though. Good for him.
Yeah, he's doing well too. He's having a good season.
But was he the one that scored the big goal, right?
No, that was for the men's. That
was him that scored the goal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, getting sidetracked. This is World Junior talk, right?
Yeah, we don't care about that men's things right now.
No.
Yeah, I think he threw the puck in the net off a rebound, just grabbed it and threw it, and the ref gave it. We were all laughing.
And the ref doesn't see it, and that's how you win. And then you win in penalty shots, and the other team probably still talks about it. There's probably still upset like we are.
They probably talk about Britain like we spoke about Spain.
Hey, but you beat Spain, eh? The best power play you've ever played against.
Seriously, you got to ask Bouncy.
Okay, but are you not? You're a penalty killer. You've made a career as a penalty killer, right?
Yeah,
and you're telling me the best power play is Spain?
I couldn't even keep up with the puck. Maybe I've improved slightly, but it was incredible.
You're confusing me, sir. The Spanish under 18 team has the best power play you've ever played against.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm sticking with it.
Well, that's fine. Well, me and Hoth are on the second unit of Cardiff. Probably never saw us. And with the terrible Scottish reffing, we probably never got a power play in Glasgow anyways.
Well, I can't comment because I'm still an active player. So
I know nobody can comment. It's like it doesn't even really happen. Shit. So you win that game in a shootout. Do you party? Under 20s,
yeah,
you're in Hungary, yeah. You're the Brits, you just win gold. You got to have some fun, eh?
Well, I'll let you. Yeah. Obviously, we went out to this club. It was just back when Britain weren't got out the smoking ban, they had this just enforced that, and then we went to Europe and it still was there. And it was
smoking
walking
everywhere.
In, cloud of smoke everywhere. Pretty sure the coach fell over and cut his head open on the stage. Oh, it's crazy.
This wasn't Rain Man, was it?
No, this was the assistant coach. He was Canadian, actually, the assistant coach.
Okay.
Can't remember his name. Yeah, that was a wild night. And then the flight home the next day is obviously super rough, isn't it? And you just try and get home.
Man, actually the smoking rule, that brings up a memory, was they stopped it in Canada. Then I moved to Michigan. And I've had clean restaurants for a year. Then I moved to Michigan. You're allowed to smoke again. And you just can't believe how smoky it is in places.
It's gross, isn't it?
Oh, man. And then they ban it there. And then I moved to Ohio my rookie year. And now they still haven't banned it. And I'm back to smoking again. I had 3 different places where it got banned while I was there. But man, it'd make your clothes stink. The restaurant would stink. Everywhere.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
You notice it so much more. Was it still there in Germany when you were in Germany?
Whew, that's a solid question. I bet you there was some smoking going on. No, they loved smoking there.
Oh, yeah.
The Germans loved smoking. It was still really cool then.
Yeah, that's why you smoke, right? 'Cause it's so cool.
But I think they got away from it after I first got there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can't keep track. So your dream comes true. You get the call Boxing Day to play Nottingham Sheffield. You only get 4 games, but then that season comes to an end. You're too good for the EPIHL, but you're like, well, I gotta play and I want to play in the EIHL then. Is that the thinking?
Yeah, I had a couple of offers in the league below. Actually, Pete Russell offered me to go to the team he was at in London. But then I was going to Canada with a couple of Nottingham guys, Lakovic and Stevie Lee and people like that. And we were working on like a camp out there with Corey Nielsen. He was at his camp, and it came up. Obviously, Bruce was the first coach up here. Bruce Richardson was the first coach for us. So
was he not a player?
He was his assistant at the time, yeah, and then he came up and he was player coach for us.
I was going to say the research team saw him on the stat sheet.
Yeah, the first 3 seasons, I think we had player coaches up here. It's obviously, it's a money saving thing, and yeah, but he was really good, and obviously Corey got me into it. Well, just kind of signed me really, and just told Bruce all about me, and that was it.
So Corey Nielsen was coach. Where was he? He was the assistant.
He was Nottingham. No, Corey was the head coach in Nottingham.
He was when I was over there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Bruce was his assistant in Nottingham.
And then goes to Braehead or Glasgow, whatever, and then says to take you. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Get it now. Okay.
Yeah.
So that guy's a player coach. What was it like for you playing for a player coach?
It was good. I think it kind of because they have to concentrate on their own game too. It's actually quite nice. You get a bit more. You can get away with a bit more. Not too more turnovers and stuff. Well, he was actually really good.
I liked it because it kind of put like, and the way Andrew Lord did it was he was like, "This is our team. Like, you guys are big boys. You guys want to win. Like, you guys help me, right? We're a team."
Yeah, it does. It makes people quite accountable. I think they don't rely on that guy telling them what to do and stuff like that.
It's a different, I feel, atmosphere, and the coach obviously needs to do everything he's asking you to do, right?
That's the thing. That is the thing. Like, they have to be like, the bag skates and practice are a bit easier and stuff like that because they have to do it as well.
Not with Andrew Lord, they're not.
No, that's true.
You get the ropes out and you start pulling each other. Yeah.
Well, Bruce is actually one of the most in shape guys on the team, so yeah, probably the same thing.
That sucks.
Yeah. It's always the in shape ones that get it. Actually, that's not good.
That's the only way you can be a player coach, because like if I got to the bench, I wouldn't have even been able to talk to anybody. I'm just trying to breathe, man. I might have to go out soon. Oh shit. Okay. So your first year though, when that guy's the coach, then I got one guy written down here because I played against him in Germany. I know he won gold helmets, and Sunderjuski before me was Brendan Cook. He was pretty good, eh?
He was really good. He was by far our best player that year. Yeah, I think Bruce signed him. I think he played in Nottingham a couple of years before with Bruce. And he came, I think he was our top scorer by like 20, 30 points or something like that. Yeah, he was incredible.
I always find it weird when a guy can lead a team by like 20, 30 points, because it's like, how is the guy playing with him not picking up the other? Yeah, I don't get it. But
yeah, it's crazy. We had a couple of good guys. It was that back then. It was only like 10 imports though, so it was like the third line was mainly Brits, so it was quite.
Yeah,
we had a couple of good guys, had good years. One guy actually went from us to the AHL like after a few years, believe it or not, back then.
Who's that?
John Landry.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard that name. Yeah.
Yeah, he went to, I don't know where he went to, but he had a good career after he left us. He was really good.
So I'm not to skip ahead and get ahead of myself here, but what's your favorite year in Glasgow so far?
I think it's probably the year when we had the big heavy team. When we had the group chat.
Yeah,
that's probably, I think
it's tough though, right? Because that was probably the closest team you ever had, the best team you ever had. But the way it ended is obviously you guys are all a little sour, right?
Well, yeah, we definitely let that one slip, but
but it was still a great year, and the 8-9 months you spent together were great, right?
Yeah, it was the first time after like 3 or 4 seasons where I kind of started feeling like I was quite a key member in the team sort of thing. I was getting a bit older and a bit more confident in things. And it was the first year I think we had the same coach twice, like in 2 years sort of thing.
Really? You need
we've only ever had one coach that's been not been 1 year coach.
Do you want your fun fact of the day?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Here's your fun fact of the day, folks. When I was having a tough time there, going through the transition that we always talk about, and I maybe wasn't quite making enough money to support a family of 4. And my wife couldn't work in Canada because she's American at first there, waiting for her permanent residency, was the Glasgow Clan coaching position did come up, and I did send an email to put my name in the hat, and I was never contacted back. So
What year would that have been?
I'm thinking that would have been when Finner got fired.
Right.
When was that?
Yeah.
That's about 2017.
We had him for like 4 years, I think. So yeah, it must be.
I think it's when I'm having a tough, like I'm missing the game. I'm missing everything about it. And I see that and I'm like, geez, you wonder if they'd even call me, you're just curious.
Don't miss it anymore. Don't miss that game anymore.
I'm doing exactly what I want to do in the hockey game now.
Good,
yeah. I don't have to travel. I don't have to go anywhere. I just can do it all from my shed, right?
just walk to your shed and you're happy.
Yeah. Well, and then you don't have to travel. You can still be a good dad. You got lots of, good stuff. But yeah, I thought that was funny that I put my name in for that. Now that I'm talking to all these Clan guys, I forgot about it until I was going to have you on. Okay. But you said it wasn't until that year you're really feeling comfortable, because your first year you get 17 points, your rookie year. And then your next 2 years, you got 28 points. That's a lot for a young Brit.
Yeah, I was playing with, I think that second year I was playing with a couple of good, pretty good guys. That Jordan Kristanovich guy, I think he played in the NHL for 50 odd games or something. He was really good. And that was the year we had Jay Galbraith had like 100 points that year. And
I played against him in Germany.
Yeah. That was, he's another, you got to get him on your podcast. That would be amazing. He's a character, man.
I don't know him very well. He was in Munich, I think, one year when I was in Bietigheim, I think is what it was, or Landshut maybe. I'm not sure, but yeah, he was in Germany for sure.
Yeah, I went to a baseball game in Toronto with him when I was at that camp with the Nottingham guys, and I didn't really know him. And
the camp was in Toronto.
It was just outside of Toronto. Yeah, I was like teaching on it, and like Corey was teaching us as well at the same time.
Oh, okay.
We went to a baseball game, and I only really met him a little bit, and all the Nottingham guys were like, "Say no, this guy's pretty crazy," sort of thing. And we walked down to our seats, and we haven't had beers for a while, because you've got to be 19 to drink over in Canada, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
And we went down, and as we go down to the seats, the guy hits a home run right to us, and we're second tier, and it lands. And like a boy and his mom, like the guy's little boy's leaning over the tier, and it hits his glove and bounces out and goes down to the bottom tier. And Galvey just goes crazy. It's like, buddy, that's once in a lifetime opportunity. He's just giving it.
He's just chirping the kid.
I felt awful for this kid. He must have been 10 or something, like, and he's like nearly crying because he's dropped the ball.
and he's chirping him.
Just giving it to him.
Oh yeah, I don't know much about the guy. I know he scored a lot of points, but that's funny. So you guys wouldn't know much about baseball when you're showing up to that game, eh? Just a bunch of Brits trying to take in a ball game.
Well, I know the like the simple version of it or whatever and stuff, but it's nowhere near as complicated as cricket is. So, you
know the rules of cricket?
I love cricket.
Really? I don't know a thing about it, but I tried it with a family. Was play an Indian family was playing on the ball diamond down the road, and I took my daughter to the ball diamond and started playing cricket with them. So I'd never hit. It makes you want to pop it up, right? Because of the scoop on it. You just hit pop flies. Brutal.
If you're bad, you do that.
Wow, I've only taken a couple swings. I'll figure it out. But don't they play for like days?
There's 3 different versions of it. There's one that lasts for 5 days, one lasts for like a full day, and then one lasts for 3 hours.
3 hours?
Yeah, they made it they made it for like Americans, like they wanted to make it like baseball kind of time. And
So if it's a 5-day event, is it different people show up each day?
Yeah,
or
you get a ticket for your day. You get like a day ticket,
and like you sit there and watch all day.
Yeah, but it's one of those spots. It's actually one of the best spots to watch live because you could just sit in the sun drinking, and you don't have to actually.
That's up for debate,
intensely.
right? That's up for debate. Best games to watch live. That's up for debate. That's up for debate. I've never seen one, but I'd be curious.
Well, what other sports can you sit in the sun drinking for 7 hours?
I don't know. One thing I always wish I would have done was go to a dart thing in the UK, though. That looks fun.
Well, they're not 7 hours. No, they're crazy, man.
I would love to do that. Jeez,
they're amazing. I've been to one. It's not. It gets a bit much, actually.
Really?
Yeah, it's nonstop.
Yeah, no, I've just seen it on TV. I've never been. It looks up my alley.
it just epitomizes British culture, doesn't it? Just get as many beers down you as you can, and just love it. Just go crazy.
180. I don't. Okay, we're getting sidetracked, anyways. Okay,
just a little bit.
My bad. So, anyways, cricket does seem like a fun game, right? Like it does. You play it, or do you just like watching it? I
used to play before I moved up to Scotland. I used to play during the summers and stuff, but just like nowhere near good. Just like village standard.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't mind getting sidetracked every once in a while. Okay. What else do I got here? So in Glasgow, you guys always don't play like home games for like over a month, right? For Disney on Ice or something. I heard.
That's right. It's just changed. It'll change next year because we got the rink now.
What happened there? You guys like almost lost your team or something?
Yeah. Well, I got told that we weren't going to be playing this year. One bit to like kind of. Well, not we weren't going to be playing, but it's likely we weren't going to be playing, and then the season got cancelled. And then obviously when we started this year, they decided to do it because they employed Malcolm as a coach, and then we've kind of got through it. But yeah, it was looking pretty ropey at one bit. Yeah.
Well, shout out for doing it. It's kind of like the Silver Stick tournament in town here where I live. It was during our little lockdown thing, so it had been canceled or whatever. But then once we opened up, the volunteers, the people that put it on, they didn't just let it slide. They still put on the tournament. We just had it here last weekend, and shout out to the under 13 Kangaroo Canucks. They won the Silver Stick. But if they wouldn't have put on that tournament, if they would have been lazy and just decided, it was a lockdown, let's not do it. They figured it out. They got it done. And now every team that won a championship last weekend wouldn't have had that memory for their lives, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's pretty crazy over there right now as well, isn't it? With all the but that's politics. That's politics. We
don't talk about that on here. We try not to, but it's a bunch of horse manure. I'll tell you that. When you see what the rest of the world's doing. Anywho, yeah, but shout out to then the clan and everybody that figured out how to get a team together. And it couldn't have been easy for that coach, right? Once he gets hired to assemble a team that's going to be competitive, right?
Yeah, I actually think he got a team pretty quick. I think he got a team together pretty quick. I mean, we had a couple of guys sign like the year we got cancelled and stuff, but yeah, he did well. We were still waiting to hear if he got the rink. Like as we were playing, there was still bids being put in apparently. And
so, what do you mean crazy. You got the rink? Like you bought it? The team?
No, I think so. So instead of like renting the rink from the shopping center, they now own the lease to the rink, so they've kind of got like a mortgage kind of 30-year lease for it, so they've got long-term plans. So now they can develop it, so now they can put like boxes, like corporate boxes and things like that. And they've got pretty
make it their own, right?
Yeah, so they've got pretty good ideas for it, the two guys in charge, so it's pretty exciting times, and hopefully it puts us up with the big boys. Really, we've definitely got the fan base for it. So,
well, I know you're doing your course there in material supply. What was it? What was it called? Quantity surveillance. But I think you're a hockey guy, man. I think you might end up a clan guy forever. You know, staying in the game. You never know.
We'll see.
So I guess we haven't had a love story in a while, but you're gonna end up in Glasgow, eh?
Yeah, well, yeah, I've got my own house here and stuff. So
Is that where your wife's from?
yeah, she's from just outside, like a town just outside, like Motherwell's is from. So
Okay, we haven't had a
yeah.
love story in the pod in a while. Where'd you crazy kids meet?
Oh well, we kind of met in one of the bars near the rink there, and
Classic
kind of
hockey.
yeah, few Instagram exchanges, and then we just kind of
Oh yeah.
went out on a date. She hated me after the first date, but she somehow gave me a second date, and then I think I changed my mind after that date. I was a bit hungover for the first date, so
That'll happen.
I got my act together for the second date.
Good for you. Now look at you, a couple kids. Soon we're gonna be taking them to Mars and Glasgow with the Waz, right?
Saturday. Yeah,
Saturday.
definitely.
We're taking them to Mars, folks. Get your Mars bars. If Sheffield and Cardiff are going to show you up, folks, don't let that happen, Glasgow. Buy your Mars bars. They wouldn't let that happen, right?
Not a chance.
Okay. All right. So I want to know about your decision to go to Australia. That's after my research team found it. That's after about 3 seasons in the EIHL.
Yeah. One of my old British teammates was actually over there at the point. So I didn't have a full season there. I just kind of one of the imports left after a few weeks. So he just gave me a call and said, "Oh, do you want to come down?" Sort of thing.
And that's in the summer, right?
Yeah. So it's their winter over there when you go, but it's still like 20 degrees. Like it's not cold. I was walking to the grocery shop.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought of the UK. It's not actually cold in the winter.
It's just it's not.
It's just rainy. Yeah,
it's wet. Yeah. And I was walking in like shorts and t-shirt, and they're all in like parka coats with like fur, and like they're like walking up to us like saying, "You must be British." So this stuff. I was like, yeah. It's so hot. I was in like shorts and flip flops. It was like 22 degrees, and they're all.
I'd be in shorts and flip flops in that weather too. Absolutely.
They're all in coats. It was insane.
Well, yeah, it's like when Canadians head down to like Florida area, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Did you eat kangaroo? Chris Frank ate kangaroo.
I ate kangaroo, yeah.
Oh, dear. What'd you think?
We went hunting kangaroo at one pit.
Say what now?
Yeah, we went out hunting it. Well, so they're like,
what are you hunting a kangaroo with? They seem quite I don't know if I'd feel right about hitting.
No, I didn't. I felt a bit. I did. I'm actually quite ashamed of it, to be honest. But they're viewed as pests down there for like farms.
Well, because there's too many of them, right? And they're wrecking everything.
And they get sheep and
I heard that's why they're eating them. They don't even taste good, but there's too many of them, so they.
Well, apparently the males don't taste good, but the females taste good. I don't know the difference, mate, to be honest. But the way they like catch them is it's awful.
Really?
Yeah, they hang them up by like the legs. They like punch a hole through their Achilles and like hang them up like a coat hanger. It's disgusting. It's awful.
Oh, wow.
But then everything goes on a barbecue over there. Like they barbecue everything. It's just barbecue. That's all they do. And it's actually. And
they put another shrimp on the barbie.
Yeah, ironically, that's exactly what it is. It's insane. And you can buy like kangaroo mince. You know, like when you get like beef mince, turkey mince in a shop, you can get kangaroo mince. Like it's crazy.
Is it like gamey?
Yeah, I'd say the men is apparently more gamey than the females, but I don't know. I didn't have the kangaroo mince, believe it or not. I just had a piece of the kangaroo.
You just had one piece, and you're like,
oh, good.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be into it at all. So, was your team good?
Yeah. I think it was supposed to be good in the past, but we were kind of like mid-table, really, nothing crazy.
Because you had a lot of points and you did well. I did say you ran amok.
Yeah, well, the reffing down there is even more questionable
than Scotland,
than other places.
Okay. Other questions I got for Australia. What else do I got? Did you work part-time while you were playing?
I did a few. I was only there for like 6-7 weeks, so I didn't actually have a working visa, so I couldn't actually work. But I did.
Isn't that what they do? They pay for your flight over, and then you work part-time while you play or something?
Yeah, the sponsors normally put you up, do jobs and stuff. I know guys working like construction. They make good money over there though. The minimum wage is like $23 an hour or whatever.
Jeepers. Yeah.
But it's expensive to live over there.
Did you like it then? It was a good experience?
Yeah, well, yeah. You get like, if we played Melbourne, for example, at the weekend, you would fly there on a Friday, play Saturday, Sunday. You could just say to the team, "Oh, don't book my flight back till the Wednesday." And you obviously you pay for your Monday, Tuesday hotel, hostel, whatever you're going to stay,
and you could just enjoy. And you could just enjoy the new city. You wouldn't have got a free trip to.
Exactly, you get free flights. You got free flights to Australia, then free flights around Australia.
So, how Australia's not that big, is it?
Huge, mate.
Jesus, I don't know anything.
It's huge. It is huge. Like,
but in the game of Risk, it's so small, and that's where I like to start the game, and so I could take over the world.
Start in Australia.
Yeah, I like to play it slow. Only take one country at a time. But just collect the cards.
There's only one access point to Australia too, so that's why you got to defend it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. Anything like the two close cities, like Melbourne to Sydney, looks really close, but it's like a 2-hour flight. It's insane.
Huh. I don't know. I thought about going over there when I heard about that.
I would recommend it to anyone. Yeah, I've been talking.
It was when I saw Chris Frank go over there. It's like I always wanted to get to Australia. Hockey would have got me there if I would have asked. And it's kind of like the NBA. If you don't go and do it, it doesn't get done.
That's true. Actually, that's where I first met Franky. Was over there. I obviously played against him in like Cardiff, Sheffield, or whatever, and then I think he was signing for us that next year. It got announced when we were over there, and then we played him that weekend.
And what's it like playing him though? Because playing him's different than being his friend.
Playing him's awful.
It's the worst.
It's like I used to
scary.
Hate playing against him.
He's probably he was actually the one I had to be most aware of on the ice of anybody I played against. I think I saw him hit a guy in Michigan. It was the biggest hit I've ever seen in my life.
Is that the one where he flips him in the corner or something like that?
He hits him, and the guy had his head up coming up the wall, and he hits him, and the guy goes straight back in the air, like 4 feet, just straight back. He doesn't do flips. He goes straight back, and he's like out cold in the air, and then lands. It's wild.
Man, he's a big boy, to tell you that.
And mean on the ice. Really nice off the ice. Great guy off the ice.
Teddy bear off maybe too soft off the ice, but on the ice.
Yeah. Crazy. Love to give him a hug off the ice. I would have given him a hug on the ice, but he didn't want one.
I tried a few times, I think, but he definitely didn't want one.
Oh man. So then you do it the one time, and so are you still a single cat at that time?
Yeah, I was still single. I think I met Jenny the year after that, actually. So that was
okay. So then you didn't do it again, though. You did it once, and that was enough.
Yeah, we were talking about doing it, but then obviously I think we got pregnant that one summer, and then it's harder to do it with kids than it is without kids, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Most things are. So I guess then you're getting into when Franky joins you, and then you got Salts, Fitzy, Myezy, and Finner's your coach, eh?
Yeah, we had that year. It was crazy. We had 4 legit heavyweights. But
you also had scoring. And you also like a team.
Guys were 6'3", 6'4" too. I felt like I was like a bring your child to work day sort of thing. I felt tiny in that room. I'm sat in between Keither and Myezy in the room, and I'm like, can't even tie my own skates because they're so big.
Are they that like Salt's as big as Myezy, and Myezy's big?
They're at least 6'3", 6'2", 6'3", man. They're big boys.
Are they all that big?
Yeah. Terrible, isn't it? It makes you feel bad.
What are you? Like 5'11"?
5'10", 5'11", yeah. 5'11" on a good day.
I don't remember you being small.
Well, I take that as a compliment. I'll take that.
Well, you didn't play small. You weren't small. There's small guys that are small, like play small. Yeah. You don't play small.
Thank you. That's a compliment. Thank you.
You can take that one. You can take that. Yeah. That's fine. You can have that one. You can have that one. I'll give you that one today. But I heard the reason you guys lost that year was because you guys didn't get beers in the room anymore the last couple months.
I don't remember that.
Maybe it
Was that
wasn't.
a Christmas?
Maybe it wasn't as important to you.
Oh, it was at that time. It was. Don't worry about it.
Okay, no,
But we
I
always-
have a serious question. This is serious, and this
Yeah.
I'm really concerned, and I want to know: are there still beers in the room after games? Oh my God! Don't say it like that. Stop
Not
it.
like it used to be, mate. No, not like it used to be. I
Hurts
mean, like
my
we used
heart.
to get.
It hurts my
You used
heart.
to get. Yeah, you don't get it. You don't get it for man of the match anymore.
You don't get like booze
We
for man of the
we
match.
Yeah, well, it might do, but we haven't seen it. We haven't seen it. I don't think we do it. It's crazy. It's different times.
But like, so
now.
say you win a game on
Uh-huh.
say Mars. We take the kids to Mars on Saturday. There's Mars bars all over the ice. You win a big game.
Yeah.
You come in the room and you don't play again till Wednesday. You're telling me there's no beers in the room?
No, we would have beers at home game. Like a couple of guys would have beers.
Couple
But,
guys.
Yeah.
Couple.
Well, some people got
guys.
drag. Some people got drag.
Right. Well, yeah. You can have one, right? One.
No, you can't in Scotland. It's 0.
It's 0 to drive in
Yeah.
Scotland.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that. That's a fun fact.
Fun fact of the day for you there.
Yeah.
There
Well,
you
and
go.
I learned stuff every time I come to the shed. I didn't even know you ate kangaroo until Chris Frank came on.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's another thing is all the folks that tipped the pod in the last week there and they got stickers sent to them. Thank you for supporting the shed. But here's the names of some of the tippers. Okay. Or these are the tippers in the last week. Okay. Sarah Louise, Richard Williams, Lauren Thomas, Nathan George, Lee Hudson, shed guy, Helen Wardlaw, Hedwin John, Anthony Woodward, and Casey Richards, Thomas Williams, Gavin Evans, who also got sent the jerseys. They're all my tippers. Thank you for tipping me, because every time it happens, it's like, even if it's like £1, it makes my heart like tighten up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they actually like what I'm doing and they appreciate all the effort I'm putting in, So thanks, guys. Right? Okay. Sorry. No beers at the end of the season. Beers, games after still. Okay. So making the men's GB team 2014-15. So that's the year I play against you. You make team GB, eh?
Yeah.
How'd you find out? Did they just send out a list and you find out if you're on the list or what?
Yeah, they email you to go to camp. Back in those days, they had pretty much, it was just a team that year, maybe 1 or 2 extras. Now it's like a squad goes to the camp and then they cut from the squad. But I think that year he decided to take his team to the camp. So he kind of knew when you got the email you were going to go.
And that was with Pete Russell?
Yeah, it was his first year. We went to Holland, I think. Yeah, and then the Netherlands went to I can't remember. Eindhoven.
That's that's Netherlands.
Yeah, we went there. I think we got silver there. Yeah, we got silver.
That you did get silver, because I do recall watching it from Eli Jenkins in Cardiff Bay, writing my thesis. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were like 2 minutes away from winning gold, I think. Yeah.
Did you not lose the last game 2-1 to somebody that you should have beat? And it wasn't like a final game, right? It's like a round robin. It's whoever gets the most points.
Yeah, we beat it's because we beat Korea in overtime. So then they won the rest of their games. So we ended up losing by like a point or something.
Yeah, I
remember. We took it to overtime. I don't know.
I was right in the middle of getting my master's over a glass of Reddit in Cardiff Bay. I remember asking the waitresses to turn it on, and I watched it in a bar in Cardiff, and it was pretty cool to see Richie and I'm not sure if Batchy was on the team that year or not, but Bouncy was.
Yeah, Matthew Myezy might have been.
Myezy would have been for sure. Yeah, the other Myezy. Yeah. No, it's cool to watch your friends on TV. Doesn't matter, like I love it. Now they're in the first division, right? Pretty cool.
Yeah, well, that was the start of the journey, really, since Pete Taker took over. And then the next 2 years, they got.
So he's still the coach.
Yeah, he's got he's still the coach. He took him to obviously he's been in that top tier for 2 years now, top tier for 2 years.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy.
doing good.
So have you been in the camp since then or not?
Yeah, I've been in 1 or 2 since then. The season after that, I was in. They did like Olympic qualifiers. It was in like January. I don't know if you were there. We had like for once we had like 2 weeks off in the season because
I
they did
wasn't there for
Olympic
that.
qualifiers.
I don't think I was there.
And then the game before, I was supposed to go to Italy the next day. Somebody took a slap shot at my face. I broke my jaw, so I couldn't go to.
Were you trying to block it?
No, it was my own guy. My own guy shot the puck.
Were
Right.
Were you screening the goalie?
Yeah, I was in front of the net, and like I was just got behind the D man, and then the D man moved out of the way, and then I just saw the puck just coming.
Sometimes I wonder how that doesn't happen more often, right? Like when you think back
seriously.
on your career and all the close calls there are with your face with a puck, right? Especially if you're a guy like say Matthew Waugh that's standing in front for your career.
Yeah.
Like
That's probably why he's got the big beard, though.
I bet you it's the defenseman standing behind him that eats all the pucks. Though he's he either takes it in the belly or he gets out of the way, right?
Yeah. I remember just driving the net, turning around, and then like D-man moved, and I just took it right on the side of the head, like side of the face.
I remember playing rebound after a practice in Germany, and like you're just out there for fun, and then like a 20-year-old kid stayed out and like, you know, the puck deflects up in his face and all of a sudden he's lost 3 chiclets all over playing rebound after practice.
It usually happens in them like stupid pointless things.
You're right. It's during rebound or it's like getting injured playing 2-touch, but I was never willing to give that up. I'm willing to take the risk to play 2-touch.
Absolutely. It's the best part.
It's the best part of being a pro hockey player. That you're like, I'm getting paid to play this game, and it's really fun.
It's very fun, especially when you're British and you see all the North Americans trying to kick a football. It's pretty funny.
Really, that's where you're taking this?
Well, I don't know what it's like in Cardiff, but I can only speak for Glasgow.
I'm a fantastic 2-touch player.
You were in Germany for a while. I probably learned a little bit over there.
Germany, yeah. And I liked soccer. I played soccer growing up, football, you know. But then once I like to be creative, just like on the ice, you know. I shoulder strikes. I like to pretend I'm gonna head it and then turn and back it at the guy beside. Oh yeah,
It's a good move.
I try to be creative, you know. Okay, what else do I got then? So your testimonial year was not that long ago.
No.
Another guy that played in Glasgow for a while, and it was right before I played with him, was Mike Will. He was there with you for a bit, eh?
Yeah, he was my roommate. He was my roommate for 2 or 3 years up here, first couple of years.
Is that right? Bad music, eh? He likes bad music.
Awful music. We used to go to our practice rink was like 45 minutes away for the first month we were out, you know, we just said that. And he would play like drum and bass at like 6, 7 in the morning when we're going. I'm like, this is not what I want to be listening to.
I remember, I don't even know why I know this, but I think I went to his apartment once and it was just like, and I'm like,
he loves it. He loves it.
Oh, days. I don't know. He's doing a heck of a job at taking pictures of stuff now, though, eh?
I'm just saying that he's got a good gig now, doesn't he? I just saw today he's flying to LA.
He's all over the world taking pictures of stuff.
Yeah, he said to me like they just email him on like the Sunday saying, "Oh, here's your tickets to Austria for 3 days or something." It's like, oh, okay, what a job that is.
I still, and it's like everything starts from somewhere, but I remember we got somewhere, bus trip, plane, wherever. We're on a road trip and we get to the hotel and we're like just checking in and he's already like leaving in the elevator. I'm like, where are you heading, man? And he's got his camera and he's like, I'm going to take pictures. There's this and that in this city. And I'm like, all right. And then to see where he went from that to where he is now, man, wild
crazy,
stuff.
Man. He's done really well. It's great stuff. But he's always been pretty clued on with that stuff, and he's a social butterfly too. You know that, like he talks to anybody, and
he's a good dude. I always liked him.
Really
great teammate. Guy, yeah.
Really good guy.
Well, way to go, Willsy. Maybe come to the shed and talk about your pictures someday.
Yeah, he broke his face in the big blue tent actually when he was backing up.
He broke his face.
Yeah, so he was stood. Obviously, he was doing the gate in the big blue tent, and Voth Both came and hit somebody next to our bench, and his stick was that long. It kind of swung around and hit Wilsey in the face.
Oh, this
He
is
like broke his cheekbone. I'm sure he broke his cheekbone. Couldn't practice for like 6 weeks.
really that's
Yeah.
so that's before he ever comes to Cardiff then. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. That was scary, that big blue tent.
And that's what's
When
funny, right? When you talk about injuries, that's the backup goalie on the bench breaking his
Yeah.
cheekbone.
It was ridiculous. It was insane. Like, well, you know, if you've seen videos, you didn't play with that Both guy, did you?
No, Andy dodged the shed, so that's not cool.
Yeah, we've seen videos. He was a big human, and he liked to hit pretty hard. So yeah, he's a scary guy.
You guys had some scary guys in Glasgow too, though. You know.
Yeah, we had. Well, Franky was like.
Franky was like, he was my friend, and I remember playing against him, and I like when he looked at me, I'm like, you're not looking at me like you know me, you're looking through me, and I'm like, I don't like that look. I don't like that look at all.
Well, I'm pretty sure a couple of times that people like chose to fight Franky because they didn't want to fight like Fitzy or Salt. Like Franky was kind of the third choice, and like, what are you doing? You're not going to beat any of them. Fitzy knocked like 3 people out cold that year before he even hit the ice. I've never seen that before ever.
I never know.
He had a fight against Sheffield, and he hit some guy, and he was out cold and just felt like MMA kind of.
And then you guys also have like scoring. It's like you had quite the squad.
Yeah, we had a pretty sneaky good like second, third line too. We had like Scott Pitt as well. He was incredible.
Scott Pitt, what was that trim guy or something?
Yeah, they were good then.
Yeah, no, you guys were a good squad. And then it's weird when you show up to a rink, right? And like the players come out of the room and you just see the way they hang out in the lobby or wherever. Like your arena's not that good for place to hang out, but I just saw you guys, and I'm talking to maybe Franky or someone I knew, and I just saw how everybody on your team was smiling and happy to be around each other, and it was like you guys were a family. And those were the teams really that scare me, you know? When you look around and you see teams that don't get along and do get along, the teams that win are the teams that come out together, that are together on and off the ice.
Exactly. We had a good mix that year. We only had a couple of and we didn't have many kids that year. I don't think we had any. Maybe Franky was the only one with a kid that year, so it was good.
That's like when I was in Cardiff, I was the only one with a kid too.
Yeah. Well, this year there's me and Royzy who have kids. I've got 60% of the kids on the team this year.
Hey, so you're the only one with kids, and the Mars bars are for the kids Saturday.
Exactly. Yeah.
Can't wait. Things do happen for a reason. That's why you lost last weekend, so we can do this weekend for both of you.
Yeah. Let's be.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I got a random question then. Were you the captain when Fitzy was the coach?
Yes.
You were named captain of the team you've played for forever.
Yeah.
Are you the captain now?
No, I'm assistant captain now.
So then once you're the captain, you're not like the captain in Glasgow.
Well, the new coach came in and he
it makes it his own. I get you.
No, he was actually really respectful. I think the guy who's captain now, he's had captain for like 4 or 5 years in the past.
Every team he's on.
Yeah, and he came over and he called me in and he explained the situation. He was really respectful about it, and I can't complain. And the guy's a really good captain, so I can't you know what I mean. You know when you just you just meet a guy, he's a good captain. He's one of those guys. He blocks 15 shots a game.
Right. Yeah, there are guys that are just born captains, but you seem like that too. So,
Yeah, he's really respectful the way he did it. So I can't complain. I'm happy.
Fair enough. So that's my only question. But what else do I got then before we shut her down here is okay. Who are your most memorable teammates? Just give me a couple. We don't need to make people feel bad if you don't say their name now. Just give me like 1 or 2, or like maybe, I don't know.
Well, memorable for what reason?
I don't know. Like most fun to be around, or like best players, whatever you just tell me why.
Oh, I think that the guys who I had for my testimonial were probably the most influential guys. Keith and Myezy, all those guys, Salts and Pitty and everyone like that. Memorable guys, probably Greg Uprace, probably the most memorable guy. If you're gonna get what I'm trying to.
Yeah.
trying to get what I'm saying, but nobody's kind of come close. Levy's up there.
I do know he that Galbraith had a bit of a like, I don't know what the word is. I don't know if it's a stigma or what, but like I don't know the story behind him. But I don't know him. I don't know many stories. I just heard like, yeah, he was interesting.
We were once in Weatherspoons. There's a Weatherspoons in just across the road from the break. You probably went there after the game. Having breakfast one morning, and he's just eating, and he's like facing away from the window, and I'm looking out with a couple of guys, and he's cutting, and a tow truck just comes up, takes his car, and drives away. And then we're like, "Galby, your car's gone." He's like, "Yeah, they said that was going to happen." We're like, didn't even bat an eyelid at it.
He just watched it happen like it wasn't even happening.
He didn't even turn around. It was like, "Yeah, they said that was going to happen."
Is that parking tickets? I'm assuming.
I have no idea, mate. It could be anything. He actually, that is the thing with it. I think it's such a range. It could be anything.
Oh, geez. Okay. Memorable coaches. Who's the most influential coach, do you think? Who's the one that like you would say you were?
No, I'd say Finner.
Finner?
Yeah, I think he was the one that first kind of challenged me a bit. Like everyone was just kind of happy because I was playing well as a young kid, and then when he came, he kind of wanted to push me up to that. He wanted to make me like a national team player. He wanted to make me quite.
And what year did he come in?
I think four, because we had a really rough year that
right after your hunting kangaroos.
Yeah.
He really does seem like a coach I'd want to play for. Like he seems like he's honest. He
knows where to draw the line. Yeah,
when he's got an edge to him. He's competitive. He wants to win, but like he also understands that you got to have fun to win hockey games. You got to be a team. He seems right up my alley.
Yeah, he is. I played against him obviously a couple of years before he retired or whatever, and he was a nightmare to play against.
Right.
He's just one of those guys, just cross-check you whenever he could, cross-check you in the face. Like
if the refs weren't looking, it's like it's funny how like the video in hockey really like took away a lot of the extra fun, right? Like the slashes to the back of the legs or like whatever, like the stuff that would go on. All of a sudden, it's all over because now they got video everything, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you can't do anything these days.
I guess it's the same off the ice too, right? All the boys can't have any fun because anybody can just take pictures. Look at who's out tonight.
Well, yeah. Luckily, I don't go out anymore because I'm.
Yeah, better stay home and play video games, hockey players, right?
Yeah. do your mischievousness at home.
Okay. I bet you I know this one, but where's your favorite road trip in the league? Is it going to Sheffield and trying to beat the team that you're not a legend for now? You're a legend of Glasgow instead of them.
Yeah, Sheffield's always fun. Like I get to see all my family and friends as well when I'm down there. They all come to the games, so it's probably is number one. But I do like Cardiff. Apart from the travel, I do like going to Cardiff.
Yeah,
it's good.
Okay,
we always seem to do pretty well down there, and Manchester's good for us too. We take a lot of fans down there, and obviously,
how far is Glasgow to Sheffield?
4.5.
So you got a good drive to get home though. But it's
doable. We just did it just before Super Bowl. Just there, actually, just on Sunday. We had them away at 4. We got back at like 12, so we missed the first quarter.
Yeah, that was a good game. Okay. I don't know what else I got for you other than I can't wait for Saturday. I know you guys are going to dominate, and your kids are going to see Mars bars everywhere, right?
I know. My oldest is going to get diabetes from it, probably. Yeah.
Well, if there's too many, if the fans get too carried away, then
we can donate it.
We'll donate it to the food,
absolutely,
or what food bank, or you could just give it out in town, right? People like them, so
probably won't take random chocolate bars from strangers.
Yeah, you never know. I think Myezy did in Sheffield. I think he gave
Did
out
he?
some Kit Kats around town. Yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
no,
saw
there's
that.
the
There was a
food
lot.
bank. And I think it's, yeah, like they threw a lot. Sheffield threw a lot. So
Yeah.
Glasgow, you have a lot to live up to. I got Twitter support from Sheffield. Rumor has it, Kit Kat is now talking to them about a sponsorship. I don't know if that's true or not, but it all started from shooting the shit in my shed, and I think that's cool.
That is pretty cool.
So
I saw they had a tweet saying it was a one-time thing to so many.
well, I heard, and then Todd Kelman texts me and says, "Wow, you're really getting all these teams and shit." Like, do you remember when they banned me for life, Todd? After we win the Challenge Cup, the wives and girlfriends are trying to get down to be on the ice with all of us, and the security guard wasn't going to let them. And Todd picked the guy up and put him to the side and let the girls go. And they told him he had a lifetime ban. So I think it's the Sheffield Arena saying we're not allowed to do Kit Kats anymore. I don't think it's the Steelers.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
But we're on their side. The Steelers supported me, and if it'll get you in trouble, we don't want that. Just like we don't want chocolate bars for losses. We only want them for wins.
Exactly.
And there's going to be Mars everywhere in Glasgow Saturday, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't wait. Well, it's been really nice getting to know you, man. I had never met you, but I had heard good things. And yeah, I don't know. I like this shit. I don't know why. My heart flutters every time.
Well, thanks for having me. I really appreciate having me on.
No, seriously, and good luck the rest of the year against everybody but Cardiff. And I hope you do well. Yeah, no, I it's fun getting to know new guys, because now when I see highlights or scores, I can check to see how you're doing or Royce's doing. And it's like, I don't
Rosie have a few more highlights than I will. So
it's all good. Do you want your player review? I usually give guys player reviews. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh,
I'll take it. If it's nice though.
Wow, it's not that. We'll see. You ready? I don't know. I got nothing prepared. I got to think for a sec. Okay, you ready? Yeah. No, it's not as fair because I played against you.
All right.
Okay. But if your team's going to win the championship, you're probably the third line winger. Penalty kill. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hold on. Let me just get into it here. If your team's going to win the championship, you're a third line winger, maybe a fourth line winger if you're going to win the league title, but you're going to do whatever it takes to win for the team. You're going to take whatever role they ask of you. You're going to do whatever it takes. You're going to block any shot. You know what? You're not that big, but you would fight a guy for the team just, to help out and do whatever. But you're up and down the wing. You take it to the net hard. You finish every check. And yeah, you're willing to block every shot in the PK, but that's where you thrive. That's where you're excited to go out on the penalty kill and try and shut down the other team's power play, because that's your role. You're not wanting to go out on the power play and try and score a ton of points. You know what you got to do to help the Glasgow Clan win, and that's on the penalty kill and being a role player and making sure your line beats the other team's line, right?
Damn right. Yeah, that sounds pretty spot on. Pretty British, but pretty spot on.
British? Well, yeah.
I feel like quite a few guys have got that role in there.
That is true.
I'll take it.
Even the British guys, you all play a little differently.
Yeah, we do.
You play a little heavier game, a little stronger game than some of them.
Thank you.
Anyways, there you go.
Thanks.
Okay. Anyways, and this has been another episode of Zero Ales and Hockey Tales with Woody and Wally.